What if it's not love? Have you ever found yourself constantly questioning your worth in a relationship? Do you feel like no matter how much you give, it's never enough? Or maybe you feel anxious around someone who's supposed to bring you comfort. These feelings might not just be passing emotions. They could be signs of a toxic relationship. And the truth is, toxic relationships aren't always loud, violent, or obvious. Some of them hide in daily habits, small comments, and silent control. In this video, we're going to talk about how to recognize those signs. The goal is to keep it simple, clear, and honest, so you can understand what's really going on in your relationships. Part 2. What is a toxic relationship? A toxic relationship is one that slowly wears you down. Instead of feeling loved, supported, or understood, you feel confused, anxious, or guilty most of the time. You may feel like you're losing your energy, your confidence, and even your identity. And this can happen with anyone, not just romantic partners. Friends, family members, coworkers, any relationship can turn toxic if it becomes emotionally damaging. What separates a healthy connection from a toxic one is how you feel after interacting. Healthy love feels like peace. Toxic love feels like walking on glass. Part 3. The hidden signs to look for. Toxic behavior isn't always dramatic. Sometimes, it's very quiet. You might hear constant criticism, but it's disguised as jokes. You might be blamed for things that aren't your fault. You may feel like everything that goes wrong is somehow on you. Over time, you begin to doubt yourself, even when you haven't done anything wrong. You might stop speaking up, afraid of how the other person will react. These are clear emotional red flags. And the more they happen, the more damage they do. Part 4. When care becomes control. One of the most common signs of a toxic relationship is disguised control. They may say things like, "I just worry about you," or "I want to protect you." But soon, they begin to question where you go, who you're with, or what you wear. They might want to read your messages or tell you who you can talk to. It doesn't feel like care anymore, it feels like control. And even though it may be subtle, you start to lose your freedom. Healthy relationships respect your space. Toxic ones try to take it away. Part 5. It's always your fault. In toxic relationships, one person often becomes the emotional scapegoat. If there's a fight, it's your fault. If they yell, it's because you made them angry. If they lie, it's because you pushed them to do it. Over time, you begin to take the blame, even when it doesn't make sense. You may start to apologize constantly, just to avoid conflict. This constant guilt is not love, it's manipulation. In a healthy relationship, both people take responsibility for their actions. In a toxic one, only you carry the emotional weight. Part 6. Emotional manipulation and confusion. Toxic relationships are often filled with confusion. One day they love you. The next, they ignore you. One moment they're sweet, and the next, they're distant or angry. This back and forth creates an emotional roller coaster. You keep chasing the good days, hoping things will go back to the way they used to be. But those good moments are becoming rare, and the bad ones are increasing. This pattern keeps you hooked, hoping things will improve. But in truth, you're just stuck in a cycle of manipulation. Part 7. Isolation from others. Another toxic tactic is isolation. Slowly, the other person may pull you away from your support system. Maybe they say your friends are a bad influence. Or they get upset when you talk to family. Over time, you may find yourself alone, surrounded only by them. This makes you more dependent and less likely to leave. But that's the truth. Real love never tries to cut you off from people who care about you. Real love celebrates your other relationships, not controls them. Part 8. You feel drained, not energized. Think about how you feel after spending time with this person. Do you feel calm and safe, or tense and exhausted? Do you feel free to be yourself, or constantly on edge? The emotional impact of a toxic relationship often shows up in your body first. You may feel tired, anxious, or even physically unwell. These aren't just random feelings. They're signs. Your nervous system knows when something is wrong. Don't ignore that. Part 9. Losing yourself bit by bit. One of the most painful effects of a toxic relationship is that you start to lose who you are. Maybe you used to laugh more, dress differently, or chase big dreams. But now you feel smaller. You hesitate to speak your mind. You don't recognize yourself anymore. Toxic relationships change you slowly. Not in a good way. They make you shrink. But you deserve a relationship that allows you to grow, not one that causes you to disappear. Part 10. Why you stay even when it hurts. You might wonder, why don't people just leave toxic relationships? The answer is more complicated than you think. Sometimes, there's still love. Sometimes, it's fear. And sometimes, it's the hope that things will get better. After every fight, there may be an apology, a promise, a moment of kindness. And you hold on to those. But real healing doesn't come from promises. It comes from consistent respect, safety, and care. And if those things are missing, it's okay to walk away. Part 11. Final words, you deserve peace. If any part of this video felt familiar to you, I want you to know, you are not weak. You are not broken. And you are not alone. Recognizing a toxic relationship is the first step toward healing. It takes courage to see the truth. And it takes even more strength to say, I deserve better. You don't need a dramatic reason to leave. You don't need to wait until the pain becomes unbearable. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to choose yourself. You are allowed to be free. Part 12, Take Back Your Power. If this video helped you in any way, please give it a like and share it with someone who might need it. And if you're going through something right now, know that healing takes time, but it always begins with one decision, to choose yourself. Subscribe for more simple and powerful psychology insights, and remember, you are worthy of love that doesn't hurt.